I'm Dwayne LaForge from Make It Happen, and I'm here to get my new prosthesis, which has been made by Orthotech. And as you know from the other segments, I've been around trying to find the right place, and Mike has made me a leg, and today we're going to show you how easy it is to have something put on when you don't have anything here. So I want you to sit back at your homes and view this, and I'm going to let Mike explain a little bit about the technique, seeing that nobody else could build me a leg. So I'm very proud to be part of Orthotech, and I'll let him tell you about what he's doing for me.
Thanks, Dwayne. And actually, we're not doing anything that we wouldn't do for anybody. His first comment was to show you how easy it is. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's that easy, but what we did is it was research and development, it was trial and error. And so we come up with a couple different versions of a suction type system. We went back to, old school type belts, leather belts and things, and I'd like to show you. Actually, I have a surprise for Dwayne today because he hasn't necessarily seen this yet.
I'm so excited.
Right, you get to see a brand new fit today because this is a new prosthesis today for Dwayne that he hasn't seen yet. So I'd like to get that for you.
I can't wait. Oh no. Oh my God. Make it happen, people. Yes, sir.
And this is literally hot off the press. We just did it today. You're welcome, bud. You're welcome.
Oh God.
Right. So this is Dwayne's prosthesis, and what we have, we've had to make a few different sockets as far as that goes for his residual limb. He has what they would say is only 2 inches of femur, so everybody's treated him like a hip dysartic or a hemipelvectomy, which would consist of a bucket, meaning the socket would go all the way around his body and he would have a hip joint. And it's unfunctional type prosthesis. So this is considered a training prosthesis for Dwayne as far as learning to stand up again, learning to walk. And we have a couple other knees, hydraulic knee systems that are automatically enhanced knees with just pressure on the toe. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish and put this together and get him up.
So as you see out there, it can happen. So all you have to do is get out of these chairs, look for the right people, and don't give up hope. Remember, statistics and numbers are only statistics and numbers. You're number one. Treat yourself like number one.
As Dwayne and Mike stressed, it takes a concerned and dedicated team to make it happen. After searching for years, the LaForge family has found that in their own immediate area in West Branch with Orthotech Orthotics and Mike's team, less than 10 miles from their front door.
At first, what we have to do is we have to align this prosthesis.
And then when I had problems
Meaning when he first stands on this, it may not, be aligned or line up. So that's why we have all the adjustments, is to align it. And it's a little more difficult with him because he's been in a chair for so long that he's gotten what we would call a hip flexion contraction, some different things. His soft tissue tendons and ligaments, they're not as lengthened as you and I from getting up and walking every day. But he's really been working on that quite a bit in therapy, and he's come a long ways. What we're going to do is just trim the inside, the medial wall down for his groin area, because this is a first fit socket, so we leave what you call the shelf a little longer. Pretty much ready? Dwayne was having some issues as far as his knee goes. He doesn't necessarily, what all happened in here? No kneecap, is it right?
There's no kneecap, they broke this bone here and tied the tendon that makes your leg bend and put it through there and hooked it together, and that's what makes my knee move.
He has a lot of knee instability. This leg would give out on him, which was just another obstacle, excuse me, that we had to go through. So This is a pretty high-tech individual brace. This has a manual locking mechanism, but this brace is a lock. So when his leg is in full extension, it will not buckle. It can't buckle. It's locked. As he progresses forward and puts weight on the toe, it's 100% free. Okay, which so now you can't even tell it has a lock in it. The only time that will function is if his other leg is bearing weight, is when this will unload and this will free. So during stance, when he takes a step, this leg will swing out, lock, go into plantar flexion. He's 100% stable during weight bearing. Okay, then when it unloads, so he doesn't really have to accommodate or do anything different other than try to walk perfect for that to work, function. Okay.
You want me to tilt or anything?
Nope, I want you to stay just like you are. Normally we're on a table when we do this, or a bench or a bed. Okay.
How you doing?
Good.
Wow,
Are you
dude,
kidding?
that fits awesome.
I'm happy as a kid at Christmas.
Okay, you all right?
Tight. You ready, Dustin? You want to come over here? I'll do this side. Okay, Dwayne. You do your thing and just go ahead and stand up. 1, 2.
Let me do it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Equal weight on both. That looks pretty good right there. Can you get in a comfortable position? You want this walker forward? Hang on there, Dwayne. When you stand, how does the socket feel? Does this feel a little snugger than the last one?
Oh, yes.
Like you have a lot more
It feels
control?
like it's part of me.
Does it?
It does, yes.
Okay, and one of the first things that you want to look at, especially when you're aligning a prosthesis, Dwayne he had quite a bit of flexion contraction, so placement of our hardware is crucial, but it's also difficult when you deal with someone like him. And there's things that we go by. It's called a trochanter knee ankle, meaning this knee has to be back or posterior from his weight-bearing line, okay? And it would be your knee, your hip, which is your trochanter, your knee, and your ankle, in order for him to be stable and not have the knee buckle. And he looks great. What I said earlier was that he has that hip flexion contracture, and what that means is his thigh, you and I stand with it straight, his thigh is bent, say, to 20 to 30 degree flexion, so I had to build the prosthesis behind the end of his residual limb, or posterior to what we were doing, in order for him to be stable so that his leg isn't in front of him and keep buckling. No hands, eh? Okay.
You know I'm arrogant.
What I'd like you to do is just kind of take a few steps for us that way, if you can. Let me get here.
Like bend,
Good job.
and I go.
Nice, Dwayne.
So
Nice.
you out there can make it happen too, and don't forget, you're number one. Don't forget.
Dwayne, this is it. I am so proud of you.
I'm so
Me
proud
too.
of making everybody
I
here.
am so proud of you.
This is such a gift.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by